Okay, negative b, 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. 4 plus 12 is 16. Square root of 16 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. Divided by 6 is 1. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Divided by 6 is negative 1/3.
What number are we on?
40. That's not too far, right?
It's like 10 questions.
When's our test? Friday? Can you go back?
Friday.
All of it? Cause I got in late and.
What's with the mask? You got a
So,
cough?
yeah, Rachel went home with COVID, so
Oh, that's
I'm not
fun.
allowed to
I
leave,
didn't know that.
but they
She went home
said-
today?
Yeah.
Like she showed up for 2
I
classes.
thought I heard.
Yeah.
You know, just
And I
like
had worship with her this morning, so.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh,
yeah,
is she
super,
has?
super unfortunate.
Uh,
no.
yeah, that's
Okay, so do we have to
I
like
really
cancel
don't.
school?
No.
Can I go home?
we're gonna have to just quarantine here for 2 weeks.
You can't go home
Why?
unless you get that.
Okay, 29.
No COVID.
So, Cooper, what's my A, B, and C on 29?
Your A is 6, your B is 2, and your C is
6, 2, 1. So negative b would be negative 2 plus or minus square root of b squared would be 4 minus 4ac. Whoops, what am I doing? 4ac all over 2a. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 minus 24 is negative 20. You guys know how negative 20 or 20 simplifies? I don't think it's blowing.
No.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
I think if it blows
Don't think
anything,
so.
it'll be
Believe yourself.
hot warm air though.
2 squared to 5.
Yeah, just 2 squared of 5. So it's negative 2
Imaginary.
plus or minus 2i squared of 5 over 12. Anything else?
Nope.
You can press simplify.
Divide, all these are divisible by 2, right? When you divide this 2 by 2, you're dividing the whole term by 2. So anyway, divide by 2 is negative 1 plus or minus. The 2 goes away over 6. If you separate it, it would look like this.
I would not feel safe with Brock behind us.
I feel safe with injustice, but
It's not
I
saying a
don't
lot.
like when he's
Yeah.
whispering behind me.
He's whispering the secrets of the
I mean,
universe.
there's even worse.
You see, Justice is scary. Brock's just like Brock.
Really
One of a
across the
kind.
board. I mean, they're really
Sturdy hole.
Oh wow, you're so cool.
Okay, 31.
Did I?
Determine the number and nature of the solution to each equation, then find the solutions. Do you guys know what they're talking about? Determine the number and nature of the solutions. What does that mean? It means use the discriminant. You guys remember that? So we have a few options on. I guess I'll write them up here. If it's positive, but there's no square root, it doesn't have a nice square root, then you're going to get 2 real solutions. If if it's negative, what kind of answers do we get if it's negative? Remember it was b squared minus 4ac, right? So if this comes out as negative, let's go to discriminant. It's b squared minus 4ac. If it comes out as negative under a square root, what kind of answers does that give us? Imaginary. Or the way the book said it was complex. Complex means a real plus an imaginary together. Anyway, but yeah, we put two imaginary solutions. And let's see what else. If it's positive and it does have a square root, what kind of answer did we get? We got two normal answers basically. If it has a square root, it's going to come out nice. Like the first problem we did today. Square root of 16 came out as 4. And if it's nice, it's going to be rational. Rational means anything that can be written as a fraction. But it also includes whole numbers, integers, all those are rationals. What if it's comes out as 0? What's going to happen?
1.
Yeah, it has one answer. One rational answer. Yeah.
Tell you to drop that.
In there,
Mm-hmm.
you dropped something.
I didn't drop
You
anything.
should drop it.
Dude, I've tried.
Oh,
All right.
well,
You ever
So,
drink Windex
these-
because you think it's Gatorade?
no, I gave it.
That's terrible.
B squared would be positive 25 minus 4ac. So that would be 25 plus 8, because there's two negatives there. So that would be 33. So what kind of number is this? It's positive. Does it have a square root? No. So it's positive, no square root, so it's two real solutions. Basically, when it's the two real solutions, that means it's going to have like square roots in your answer. It's kind of weird answers.
Are we going to memorize this, or you can like write it?
I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll probably be nice. I'll
Thank you.
say it that way. All right.
Test tomorrow?
Did I tell you?
Test is Friday.
Teacher?
Yeah, I'll tell you tomorrow during the test.
No.
By the way, you have to know this.
Well, that's
Um,
what I'm
I would not do that.
Really?
Other teachers would.
I'm a saint, and you know it. Let's see. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, we're supposed to solve it also. So let's go find those two real solutions. We already did the b squared minus 4ac part. So we did this part, this 33. So I don't really have to do that much more.
Plus
Negative b would be positive 5 plus or minus square root of 33 over 2a. A is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Does square root of 33 simplify?
No.
No, it does not. It's 3 times 11, there's no doubles in it, so it does not simplify. So I guess both of these are the answer then. How is this two solutions?
plus or minus.
No.
Yeah, the plus makes one answer. You could turn these both into decimals if you wanted to. 2 plus square root of 33 divided by 4, that's an answer. 5 minus square root of 33 divided by 4, that would be your second answer. Two real solutions. All right, 33, same thing, right? A, B, and C is 3, negative 11, negative 42. So we're going to start with the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. Oh boy. Well, it's definitely positive. I'm going to use my brain. Come on, book, where are you at? I got 625. Guys agree with that? Does 620 have 5 out of square root?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of answers are we gonna get? Two normal answers. In other words, two rational answers. Two rationals. What's a rational? Anything that can be written as a fraction. That includes whole numbers, integers. Alright. What are those two rationals? Well, I already did the square root part, was 25. So I just need negative b over 2a part. Negative b is positive 11, plus or minus 25. 2a is 6. $11 plus 25 is 36, divided by 6. 11 minus 25 is negative 14, divided by 6. Reduce the fraction, divided by 2 is negative 7/3. Those are rational answers. Oh yeah, circle up.
Be so loud.
Alright, number 35, solve by the method of your choice. Oh, that's kind of, 4x squared equals 12x.
Wonderful.
Quadratic formula is your choice. That would not be my choice,
Sorry.
and I'm doing it, so.
Okay, David's never anybody's choice.
But you could
It's a little
subtract it and then factor it.
If you subtract the 12x over, you could use quadratic formula, but what would your a, b, and c be?
4, 12, and 0.
4, negative 12, and 0. And that's fine. You can do, it said you can do whatever you want to, but if you're good at factoring, and if it does factor, factoring is usually easier. So I could take out a what?
Or
4x, and then what would be left?
4x minus 12 equals 0.
4x, x minus 3. Because when you're taking out a 4x, you divide both terms by 4x. That would leave an x and a 3. So what are the two solutions?
0.
0,
And positive 3.
3. How could I check if that's right?
Plug it in.
Plug it in. If I plug in 0, I get 0 equals 0. That's true. If I plug in 3, I get 9 times 4 is 36. 3 times 12 is 36. That's right. We did it. Folks, we did it. They said we couldn't.
We barely did.
We did it. Okay, on 37, 3x squared plus 7 equals 2 plus 1.
Quadratic formula.
Possible. Let's see. What should we do first, though?
Subtract 2x plus 1.
Yeah, move everything else to the left so we have everything on one side. Minus 2x minus 1, right? To get rid of it on this side. Minus 2x minus 1. You can only put the like terms together, though. So it's 3x squared minus 2x, and 7 minus 1 can go together and make a 6. Does it factor? Let's see. 3 and 2 makes 6, and 2 is not negative 2. 3 and 6. Well, we could do it the way the book wants us to. If we use discriminant, which if we're going to do quadratic formula anyway, we use a discriminant.
So I was technically
B
right.
squared is 4 minus 4ac. Okay, that would be negative something. What is that? 768. Okay. So the b squared minus 4ac is negative. So that's going to be an imaginary answer. So we definitely have to use quadratic formula.
Guess this
Did
one.
I make a mistake? 4ac, okay. Negative b would be positive 2. 2a would be 6. Let's try 6. Does square root of 68 simplify? 68 is like 4 times 17. And 4 is 2 times 2. So that's 2 square root of 17. So we got 2 plus or minus 2i square root of 17 over 6. Does that simplify
Yes,
anymore?
we can divide it by 2.
Divide them all by 2. So that would be a 1 and a 1. Over 6 divided by 2, a 3 and a 3. I went ahead and separated them just for fun. Since they're imaginary.
Just like Jordan's friends. I was terrible, but still, she deserved it.
I thought you were her best friend.
Me?
Yeah.
Am I?
No.
She seemed very disturbed by that. BFFs. Alright. $39. Solving graph. I only did one of these. Okay, do you guys remember this was the last assignment we did, which means it was 2 days ago. Do you guys remember? 2 days ago? No, or not.
It's been a while.
Okay. If it's a less than, then x is going to be between the two numbers. You guys remember that? Or if it's a greater than, x is going to be smaller than the small one
graphing.
or bigger than the big one. The graph, you have to write that first and then you put it on the graph. Solve and graph. X squared minus 6x minus 27. Whoops.
I already did the website.
So you solve it like it was an equation, but the solution is not the same as an equation. So let's start by saying, does this factor? What goes into 27, negative 27, that could add up to negative 6?
Nothing.
9 and negative 3. No,
Negative 9 and positive 3.
It's tough.
Shut up, David.
Okay, and then what x values would be the answer if this was an equation?
Positive 9 and negative 3.
Okay, but it's not an equation, so these are not the answers. They're kind of like the boundaries of
You
the
gotta
answer.
mark those points with an open circle and go outward.
Okay, if it's a greater than, yeah, it's going to be outside the numbers. So it's going to be smaller than the small one, bigger than the big one. So x is smaller than the small one, or bigger than the big one. Does that make sense? Then we go to graph it. I'll just put negative 309. Smaller than the small one, or bigger than the big one.
And it goes positive open circles.
Open circles because it's just a less than, not a or equals to. 30, 40, 40 is a less than. You guys remember how to set up less than?
It's everything between.
Between. Your answer is going to look something like this. The small one goes over here, the big one goes over here, x is between the two. And it would be like fill in the circles and line between.